Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tellor Dev Call. Today's October 27, 2025. And we actually ran the test for the upgrade to Cosmos SDK last week. We've been running it for a couple of days now, and we're ready to upgrade. We'll be proposing today for the testnet, and then we'll let you guys know when mainnet goes or it's ready. And with that, yeah, Spuddy, what are you up to today?
Today I will be trying to fix the snapshotter and just kind of like checking all kinds of ops. Need to make some instances bigger because our snapshotter, well, yeah, one of the problems I kind of discovered over the weekend was that the snapshots are getting really, really big for Palmito whenever we do a state sync. The one I'm doing right now is at 95 gigabytes. Which is like it seems like it's too big of a jump. So I'm gonna hopefully the next one will be smaller. Like maybe it was just a really old trust tight or something. But so I got to solve that, and then I'm gonna work on my installer that we talked about last week too.
Thank you, and thank you so much for going into the office and fixing everything on the weekend. I
You're welcome.
really appreciate it.
So yeah, that story is funny. I installed, you know, like a whole bunch of like security applications on a server that runs at the office. And one of the things I did was I forgot to whitelist my like the port that's for SSH. So it was one of those situations where you make a mistake and you have to drive in and turn it on.
You blocked yourself.
I blocked everything. Could not. I had to plug in a keyboard and a mouse and type commands.
Well, thank you for getting it done. Um, yeah, Caleb.
Uh, I've also been running the update and upgrading the security on one of our nodes that we're running, which has been working great. Well, actually, it wasn't. I had upgraded the node to use Cosmovisor, and in doing that, I forgot to add the line to the service file that caps the RAM that layer is using. And for some reason, if you don't cap it, it just decides it's going to use absolutely everything. So it was maxing out on RAM, which was causing one of the like IO writers to just hang and bring the network down. So now that that's limited, it hasn't gone down again, which has been fantastic. The block expl and I've been working on using the indexer as a source for the block explorer. That's still coming along. I didn't really get to do much of that on Friday with the security and DevOps stuff, but still made some progress there and hoping to finish that up.
Right. And then you're proposing the upgrade today.
Yes, looking at around 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for anybody watching.
Right. All right, Dan.
Um, yeah, I'm working on redoing the SFRX USD price in the reporter daemon. And then once I finish that, I'll go back to the LVM.
Should be today on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Right, Akram.
Um, the indexer went down on Saturday for the testnet. I think it was maybe not enough resources at the time, but it didn't restart like I expected it to. So I'm gonna add some systemd files to make it restart whenever that happens. And then after that, that should be quick because I've been reading up on it. And the relayer. I guess give that a try.
All right. And then review Dan's PR when it's ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I'm getting my own layer node for mainnet set up on AWS. Um, I had that on my to-do list like a week or two ago, but then I there was a temporary fix. But Caleb sent me another RPC, but it's time to get that up and running, and then switch over all my monitors to use that locally with our other RPC as backup. That'll be probably today, and then I'll be doing those for the relayer as well, probably tomorrow or later this week.
So are you shifting everything to your node, the relayer and the monitors, or just the monitors?
Everything.
Okay.
With backups as well.
Thank you. Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going to be working on updating the challenge site and the no stake reporting site for the Dev Connect challenge we're going to be doing. Yeah, so that's like in a couple weeks. So just want to make sure that process is nice and seamless. And then I'm still working on the content stuff that I was working on last week.
Awesome.
And if you saw, sorry.
No, and you posted some on your X, right?
Yes, I'm dripping some of the content out on my personal Twitter, and then I'll filter them out to the main Tellor account as well.
Right. So if you guys are listening, go look at Ryan's creations and like them so that we know what you guys like.
Yeah, Rain_Tellor, RAYN.
What were you gonna say, Nick?
If you saw, one of the users asked for if there's like a standard place to look at like data definitions and kind of like whether it's a market rate or a fundamental oracle. I know we have the data specs, but it doesn't necessarily even specify those things. Like, and we also have like the ratings, right? Like I was wondering like if there would be, maybe you can think up like what would be like a more robust thing, like for each data feed, it would say like a rating, the more of the data definition, whether it's a market or a fundamental, something like that, just so people can look at it easier.
Like a separate site.
It could be. I mean, or it could be like expanded off the relayer, right? Like if you click on one feed, it brings up not only the price feed and that, but it also has like a little definition of what it is and the rating next to it. Might be cool.
Some exclusive, right? Isn't the one that we're creating right now kind of both?
Yeah. But just like, right now it's pretty hard to figure out what it actually is. Like unless you're going to look at the code or something like that. So just maybe having some way to show it, I think that's what they're asking for, and it sounds like a great idea to me. So
yeah, I mean that was kind of a different definition, not gonna lie, for the fundamental.
For sure.
But as long as we're all speaking the same language, then that's fine. Yeah, so anything else, Nick?
No, testing out some of the docs. So
we did get one question by, I think, Becca.
Yes.
In mechanics for Tellor. The first question is there currently penalties like slashing for not reporting or misreporting data or any data feeds? For misreporting data, yes, there is slashing. For not reporting data, there isn't, but we do have slashing for validators that go offline, if that makes any sense. Because you can be a validator and a reporter, or you can just be a validator or a reporter, as long as you delegate to a validator. But yes, for misreporting, you're absolutely going to get slashed, more than likely. If so, it said for all, are the penalties for this, are the penalties the same no matter what data feed? So the penalties are the same no matter what data feed? Yes. And is it the same for legacy Tellor protocol and layer? So for legacy Tellor protocol, we didn't have validators, so all the penalties that you would see there were for misreporting, and they were pretty severe. Pretty much, if you misreported, you lost your stake. In layer, it's a little bit more, I guess, quote unquote, forgiving. You do get a warning, and then you get like is it a 5%? Can somebody else help me with the percentages for?
Yeah, I guess based on severity, it's a warning is 1%, and then 5%, and then 100% would be a severe case, like intentionally doing something bad. So
Yeah, you can also get slashed on the validate, and that's for the reporter side. For the validator side, also if you turn off your validator, you will get slashed or put in jail. For attempting to provide bad bridge data or bad attestations, people can also attempt to slash validators by providing backup of of these type of signatures. I don't know, Tim, how does that work?
Yeah, if you provide an attestation for some data that doesn't actually exist on layer, then that can be provided as proof to layer, and you can get slashed between 1% and 5%.
I hope that answers your question. There is slashing for reporters, there's slashing for validators. Yeah, so there's penalties for both type of people misbehaving. And it doesn't matter what data feed you misreport, the penalties are the same. Yeah. Did we miss anything on the question, Brian?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, if you have any other questions, though, we do have a white paper that has all of this information in it. And I don't know if there might be ADRs behind it as well, but for sure the white paper includes the dispute mechanism and reward mechanism. All right, do we have anything else for the community, guys? All right, then we'll see you guys next week.